This is how I get permits when I'm kind of bored and I'm pushing my luck. Instead of aiming for just 10 permits a run, I'm trying to get close to 20. For this, you will need Humidify. You will need full Spirit Angler specifically, and it is better with an Infernal Harpoon, but is not necessary. I also start with 18 spaces in my inventory instead of 19, and you'll see why in a second. First things first, you need to find a world with no one on it. Starts off just like normal, fishing 8 fish. And for every 2 fish you get cooked with the harpoon, fish 1 additional fish to a maximum of 12. So I currently have 18 fish. I just won't load all 18. Only load 17. Finish cooking. Spear Angler gives you access to a rope without needing a rope on you. And that's why I want it in this situation. So now that I'm going to load in all 17 of my cooked fish, I am watching for where the fires appear. This is where it differs from the standard strategy. Instead of putting out all the fires, you're gonna put out no fires. In fact, I'm gonna run through this fire. Preferably, you want fires to spawn over here. So now I have 19 spaces, and I'm going to fish 19 fish and make sure they're all cooked before I load them into the ammunition crate. And that's why I started off with 18 spaces. Unfortunately, this fire is in front of the double spawn, so you have to put it out. Just make sure you're paying attention to these fires because it can spread here. All fires take up 2 by 2 tiles, so a total of 4. And you can see it will fit here. So we're safe, not anymore. Okay, so we're gonna cook while we're waiting for hopefully another double spawn. But if not a big deal. I'm gonna fish over here because I want to put out as few fires as possible. Oh, there's a double spawn, even better. This is really nice. Also, always paying attention to storm intensity. If this gets up to 90, you're gonna be in some trouble because you'll have to put out these fires on the way to the ammunition crate. Okay, that's 19. So I'm gonna put out this fire here, and this fire here, and leave those 2 fires up because I want them to spread. So I'll put this fire out. Actually, that was not good. I should not have put that fire out. So maybe I will not be getting 20 permits. Once again, load all 19 fish before you fish the spirit pool. You will have to humidify on the way down. If you don't have Spirit Angler and you still want to chase 20 permits, you'll have to bring a rope with you every time. And once again, the hammer is not necessary. Okay, so now we need to get another 19 fish. We're a little sad the double spawn is over there because we'd rather have these fires spreading, but that's okay. We still have those ones. You have to be careful during this stage of the run because if you lose your fish, that's pretty bad. Now, this looks kind of scary, but no fire can actually spread here because this tile is occupied by the shrine and fires take up 4 tiles. Okay, there's the double spawn. We're gonna be careful, but we know that fire could not spawn here, so if I have to, I can run over here. All the fires are spreading quite nicely over here. I'm gonna humidify. Be careful where you humidify, sometimes it stalls you. Okay, now it's very important that you're careful because if a fire spreads and it hits you, you will lose a lot of your fish and you will lose a lot of time and you won't be able to get as many permits as you want. So at this point, you're going to put out as many fires as you can. Now I'm actually going to leave these fires over here so they can spread again. And I'm going to start looping back. If you have a hammer at this point, you can repair the totem. Put out all of these fires and then load all 19 fish. Looking at your island burn, this is really beautiful. What we're hoping for is all of these fires make it up to here and all of these fires make it up to there as well so they connect. Now it's time to fish the spirit pool. And after this fish, you're gonna fill your inventory with buckets. And it's okay at this point if you get burnt a couple times. Actually, I do on purpose strategically get burnt to remove 2 buckets from my inventory, because every time you run over a fire, it will burn 1 bucket, not 2. Like sometimes it takes a whole bunch of fish, but if it's buckets, it's gonna be 1 bucket. Okay, so now I'm filling up my inventory with buckets. I'm running over here and casting Humidify, and we just start putting out as many fires as possible. You want to try to path so that you put fires out on the way to an area and on the way back. So I'm going to come up here, do this side. This isn't great, but then I'll come back this way and I'll get these fires on the way back. So I'm not doing too much double backing. And this is why I have inventory viewer up, so I know exactly when I have run out of water. This is looking pretty good. So 8,300 is what you need for guaranteed 10. We're already at guaranteed 11. Every 700 points after you get 2,000 is an additional guaranteed permit. So it's kind of looking sketchy, but it's fine. We still have plenty of storm intensity to get through. So I left that line. Now I'm going to put all these fires out, and then on the way back, I'll put the fires I left out. And at this point, I'm going to purposely click here and run through this fire, and then run through this fire. And now I have 2 spaces. And I'll fish my 2 fish over here. If you have 1 cooked fish, that's plenty. Now that I have fish on me, I have to be a little bit careful, but not really since there aren't that many fires. There we go, loading the crate. Then run over to fish the pool, and we'll see how many permits I get. Okay, 17 permits, not bad. So this does take a little longer than a normal permit run, but if you know you're a little bored, you want to give yourself a bit of a challenge, give it a try. See you tomorrow.